Happy summer 2023. I'm Jonna with Jonna Weber Real Estate, brokered by eXp Realty. Let's hop into what's going on in our real estate market in Ada County. The one thing that is coming across over and over this summer amongst our peers and professionals and those that out in the marketplace that we're talking to is it's really kind of a tale of two markets. On one side, we've got this affordability issue with a very low number of buyers and sellers, or particularly buyers, able to afford our median housing in our market right now. So there's an issue of affordability, but on the other side, we're dealing with this very low inventory, which is putting us into a situation where homes are still selling. Unlike what a lot of people expected, there's not a whole lot of holy cow, there's crazy deals to be had. So we are pretty steady as far as our pricing. First, I want to talk about resale for a minute. Those are homes that have already been in existings and they're going on to their second, third, fourth owners. We are only down about 4.5%. And so it really is trending a teeny bit downward, but really it's been holding a lot more steady than people would have anticipated with the new interest rates. Our median price point for homes as of the end of June was $540, whereas at the height of the market, or nearly the height of the market, which would be a year ago, we were at $570. It's down about 4.5%, like I mentioned. Now, inventory is interesting. We have less houses on the market now than we did a year ago. We are at 1.8 months of inventory. And then as far as our days on market, we are up about 50%. But what's interesting to note is we're only up to 21 days on the market on average, where a year ago we were at 14 days. So homes are still selling relatively quickly, and that's because of that inventory crisis. New construction is a different animal. It's hard to gauge like days on market because a lot of times a house will go pending before they've even put walls up on the house. So you have a long pending period, and sometimes things go on the market for a long time before they're nearly finished. New construction pricing overall related to what houses are out there and what builders are building is quite a bit lower. So our median price point for new construction in Ada County was $557.5, whereas a year ago it was at $690. And not so much that pricing has taken a dive, but the inventory, the things coming on the market, builders are building a little bit more entry-level price point, which I think actually is healthy. A lot of the high-end spec homes that were put on the market last year, a lot of those builders sold off that inventory very quickly at the end of the year as the market changed. And I think part of that was just not quite knowing what was going to happen in the market. So there was a sell-off. We still are seeing some great builder incentives, and we're also seeing a lower price point overall. So do not get discouraged if you're looking for new construction out there. Sales are happening, and to give you perspective of how many sales are happening a month, 773 sales that closed. And in the very height of the selling cycle in July 2020, we had just over 1,400 sales that closed. And here's the low. It was back in January 2009. We had just over 235 sales in Ada County. So we're right in the middle. So despite having low inventory and those higher interest rates, people are buying. On the selling side, those that are selling, if you're interested, one thing that we've observed are a couple of different categories of people that are selling. Many of our listings this year are investors that are selling either their single family property or their small multifamily property, and they're moving on to a different class of asset. They're 1031 exchanging, or they are just cashing out in this market and doing other things with their funds. So we're seeing a lot of investors selling off rental properties right now. We're also seeing still people moving out of state and choosing to move into lower population areas for the most part. So those are our three categories, with the biggest one for Jonna Weber Real Estate would be investors. So there's your quick recap. As you know, and I say every month, real estate is so local that if you have a particular property that you're interested in selling, if you're looking at purchasing in our local market right now, we'd like to talk with you and really understand what your needs are, and we can determine whether or not selling in 2023 or purchasing that home or rental property in 2023 is the right move for you. Go to jonnaweber.com, fill out the form, connect with us, and we'll be in touch. Have a fantastic rest of your summer.